Hello and happy Thursday. And let me give a shout out to Chris Wedgeworth. Um, oh shit, there's the old echo. Oh shit, there's the old echo. Oh shit, there's the old echo. Okay, that should take care of the echo. Um, Happy Thursday, everybody. It's Thursday evening. For those on the left coast, you might still be working. So salute to you. I'm not. I'm a little inebriated. I didn't make it to the store today. So anyway, I didn't know what I wanted to say. I don't have much to say. I was hoping that y'all might have something to say. I don't know. You're welcome to come on and bitch and moan or whatever. That seems to be. Now, there are some people out there, I will say this, that they still get out there and fly, and that's good. I love that. I haven't flown for a while. I know love my drones, and I do, but hey, Allie, wave the ball. You know, Allie, it's funny because one of the cats here that live at my current domicile, she loves to be petted, and um, she'll actually raise her paw up like that, to get you to scratch her some more. So yeah, there are 6 cats here, or is it 7? I've tried to name them before. I might have done that last live stream. Hey Dano, how you doing, brother? Your pet guardian. I'm a pet guardian. I just fed a herd of cats. I have a herd of cats here. Multiple cats. Yes, you're right, Allie. They're not all mine. I just brought one up from St. Augustine, but there are already 6 here. So I'm pretty sure there's trust me, Allie. You're better off with just one. Just one is better. Unless you have a place where they can go outside. None of these cats would be considered strictly indoor cats. Of course he is. Well, they're nocturnal. Look, Alfred especially. Well, I guess they're all kind of like that. So, yeah, you need more than one? Okay. Well, as long as you don't mind cleaning out the litter box that much more. Oh, no, I didn't know you used to have 5. I did not know that, alley cat. 5 is a lot. I mean, I had a herd outside my former domicile too, but they stayed outside. I didn't go look for them. Bob, how are you, brother? Thanks for being here. This is it's just like I think I did one of these before. I called it a show about nothing. And that's what this is. This is a show about nothing, you know? Plod? What kind of name is Plod for a cat? Because it just plodded along? Forrest, okay, I can see that for a cat. Dusty, Kitty? That's a pretty generic name for a cat. And Benji? Benji is a dog's name. Didn't you ever see that movie? Benji? Wasn't it some kind of little foo-foo dog or something? I think it was. Alright, so let me explain something about my the screen at the bottom right. Well, I don't know if it gets reversed in the process, but at the bottom right is my sister, who looks a little older now, and her first daughter, Megan. Now, Megan, hey Susan, how are you? Now, Megan, she was probably about that age, too. And so we went down south, saw family down south, O'Galley, Melbourne area, and Everett. And Everett's still with us. A radical Radford. And anyway, he called all little kids mullet heads, but Megan, that became her nickname, at least for me for a while, was mullet head, because she always had her tongue kind of halfway sticking out of her mouth, and she looked like a mullet. And I mean, a lot of you people up north, a lot of you people, there's 4 people here. So few of you probably know what a mullet is, but when they swim through the water, they kind of do this thing with their mouth, and it looked like their tongue is hanging out. So that was mullet head. My sister, by the way, just recently celebrated her 60th birthday. And I hate to say it, but she's my younger sister. I recently turned 63, so. Cassie is called Cassie because that's the name she came with. Her long name is Cassie. You would have to have a really Princess Hallie Pretty Paws. Well, that's a very long name. It's not something I would think you would say. Well, thanks, Susan. You know, Susan, you're in Maine. A lot of my family from my mother's side, my maternal side, is from Maine. I actually took a trip. Well, we originally went to Portland, Maine. We were on our way to Canada, by the way. Rigger, how you doing, brother? We were going to Canada, but we wanted to see some Maine relatives. Dickinson's is one. I can't think of any of the others. There's a lot of them. But my whole maternal side came from Maine. Marrow, my grandfather's name was Marrow. And so they were all from up there. His mother was a full-blooded Indian. So I guess, you know, I have more Indian blood than not Pocahontas. Everybody calls her Pocahontas. I can't think of her name. Elizabeth Warren. And but it's beautiful country. So we spent the night there. We went to Portland, Portland, Maine. Saw the seaport and saw old downtown Portland, Maine, I guess you'd call it. And then from there we headed to Quebec, and we went along the road. Kind of went diagonally across Maine towards Quebec. It was a straight shot. I mean, well, not straight because it was like, I guess you'd say northwest direction. Yeah, northwest. But it ran along the Kennebec River. And it was beautiful. And that was the first time along the Kennebec River is the first time I'd ever actually seen. I was 17 years old at the time. Lord, that's been so long ago. Let's see, I'm 63 now, so you do the math. But they were actually floating logs down the river. I mean, like lumberjack kind of stuff. And it is beautiful. You've been there, Allie? That's right. You've come to the U.S. I remember you saying something about that one time. But I mean, all of Maine is beautiful. I just don't know how people live there in the wintertime. That's pretty freaking cool. Cold. So we drive up this road. Nah, I don't remember what it was. I was a navigator. I've always been good with maps. You're eating tacos? Sounds good, Rigger. Say hello to Darcy and the kids for me, will you? But it was really cool seeing the log rafts, I guess you would call them. And then we also crossed over to the Appalachian Trail. So that was cool. But I was the navigator. I've always been good with maps. And man, that all went downhill real quick when we crossed over the St. Lawrence Seaway into Canada. And you know what's funny? I don't remember even going. No, we did go through customs. That's right. But anyway, we crossed over this bridge, and all of a sudden I was lost. All the signs were in French. I didn't know where the hell we wound up in some industrial complex place. Well, I mean, if you watch, well, you got to be careful about Portland, though, Allie, because there's two Portland. There's Portland, Maine, and there's a Portland, Washington, which is on way over on the other side of the coast. It's hell and gone from Portland, Maine, but oh, that's cool. I'm sorry that they're in New York. I don't know. There's some good places in New York. It's just not in the city. I've been to the city. New York City is an adventure. I've been there. It was cool. I didn't have any unfortunate things happen to me. I even rode the subway. I did all that stuff. And I look like the typical tourist too. I had a video camera I was carrying around all the time. And back then, video cameras weren't very small. Now you can do it with your phone, but not back then. So yeah, I definitely looked like a tourist, but it was cool. I got some cool video out of it. I need to figure out a good way to share that, because I thought it was pretty cool. But oh, that's cool. Well, what's the channel's name, Allie? You should have. I'm pretty relevant. Let's just make sure. Yes, you do. You can post this link in the chat if you like. Yeah, none of my videos could you call gorgeous. It's just me having fun. And I whenever I fly, I have fun. So that's pretty much it. Anybody that cares to jump in, if you're so inclined, there's the link. And yeah, I know Aerial Landscapes. No, it's not Tuesday. It's Thursday. But I know the feeling. I don't often know what day of the week it is either, Bob. And I'm not sure whether that's good or bad. No, I've seen. No, you can. Aerial Landscape does some nice work. I mean, I was just saying, feel free to share his link, but I'm not going to go looking for it. Yes, Rigger is having tacos, and that's giving me the munchies now. I hope Rigger brought enough for everybody. Now I'm really hungry. I just have to have some more hydraulic sandwiches. How you doing, Bob? Bob, I watched your spotter video, but I was watching it on my damn phone, and I hate watching YouTube on my phone. It comes through pretty good. I mean, my phone has a pretty good screen on it. But the trying to like it, and that kind of stuff, it's kind of hard. Red lentil, turkey and red lentil tacos. That's gotta be a Canadian thing, man. I don't know. Isn't a lentil like an onion? Why would he not want a taco, Allie? You got something against tacos? Yeah, I did. I did, Bob. I did. And I didn't even get a chance to comment. I kept meaning to, once I was back in the house, kept meaning to watch it on my computer here, so that I could comment so you would know I was there. Because you know how I preach about that. If you watch anybody's video, you got to comment on it, because they'll never know. Now, I could go for pizza too. So, what's your favorite topping on a pizza, Allie? Or anybody else for that matter? For the longest time, I was a ham, pepperoni, and mushroom guy. That's what I got on all my pizzas. Was ham, pepperoni, and mushroom. Naturally, cheese and tomato sauce and stuff, but the basics. But I know he led you to the crash drone. That's why I was saying. I think the name of the video, Bob, was I always fly with a spotter, or I fly with a spotter, or whatever. And you're cruising around the backyard, and then you crash, and then here comes Sparky galloping up, to the quad. No queso. What is queso? Okay. Does that mean sauce? Is that like Canadian for sauce? Queso? What is queso? I don't know. I've seen the term before. I just don't know. You're allergic to dairy. I gotcha. No, I get the point. I had a cat that would do that, Bob. What was that cat's name? It was Floki. Floki did that. Yeah, I can't imagine. Okay, well now I have dietary distress at times, so who knows whether it's dairy involved or not, or maybe it's just maybe it's just age involved. Not so sure about that. But I still like it. I don't really do milk, but I like cheese. But cheese kind of can bind me up. At least cheese that's on a pizza, anyway. But I love me some cheddar. I love my cheddar cheese. Eggs, peanuts. Yeah, I mean, that's all gotta suck. The fish. How can you be allergic to fish? Is it the mercury? I I remember my sister-in-law. She was allergic to shellfish because of the iodine in them. I don't know. We got wherever I was at my brother's house. This was my sister-in-law was naturally there, and I don't know. We got something that had shrimp, and so no, I can't eat that. I'm allergic to shrimp. I'm allergic to iodine. I'm like, she got my face puffs all up and stuff like that, and I'm like, well, eat one. We want to see it. She wasn't having that. She wasn't going to do it. It was meant as a joke. If we'd been live on YouTube, I might have been able to talk her into it, but I didn't know about YouTube back then. Well, why don't give the cat the fish? You're supposed to eat the fish, not the cat. Gregor. Yeah, well, I mean, that sounds like a good diet to me. But just don't give your cat fish. I don't know. I kind of like fish. Now, I don't know about, okay, well, I'm allergic to I mean, I can't say I'm allergic to wasps and yellow jackets, but I damn sure don't like to be stung by them. Yeah, okay, Rigger. I don't know how well you know Allie, but Allie is a mess. Okay, she really is. She wouldn't survive for a day in the wild just because I don't know. Allie has issues, but we love her just the same. So Kathy is the cat. So don't be doing any Munchausen by proxy syndrome on your cat, Allie. Yeah, it's a good thing I don't have to carry around EpiPen. Good thing I'm not allergic to all kinds of crap because I'd be dead already by now. I just, my whole life I've involved myself in risky behavior. And it's a miracle I'm still alive. I've almost died by every means possible. As far as physically, I don't mean genetically. Like I didn't have anything wrong with me internally. I just did physical things that could have wound up causing great bodily harm. So let's see. I've been almost electrocuted more than once. Almost died by fire once. Almost drowned once while scuba diving. Let's see, how many other ways are there to die? I don't know, there's probably a bunch, but those are sudden impact crash. I have ridden into the side of a car because they pulled right out in front of me and went over the hood, but that wasn't life threatening, and I just kind of tucked and rolled. When you engage in risky behavior, you learn to tuck and roll. Hey, is your middle name? Mountain biking, homemade pipe bombs, that can be real risky. No, I hear you. Those, hey, Rigger, those are definitely things. And the mountain biking, I've I've done a few descents on sharp. When you're going downhill, is it an incline or a decline? Riddle me that. But uh, on a sharp decline, man, I'm sure we would have, Mark. There's no doubt in my mind. I would have been I would have been following you down the mountain though, Mark, if in that case, because watching the guy in front of you can let you learn a lot of mistakes on the way down. That reminds me of a story, so I have to tell the story. So I have this friend, Dave Sapp. We went to school, junior high school together. That's where I met him. It was in junior high school. And he was always into motorcycles. Always into motorcycles. And somehow I came up with a motorcycle. And we went riding in this place called Sandalwood Trail. Now, Dave was a lot better rider than me. He would go way faster than I usually would go, whatever. So I tended to follow him. And I mean, we'd gone to this new place, so I didn't know the place anyway. Apparently he did. So I'm trying to just keep up with him. I think he had a Husqvarna 250. Anyway, I'm trying to keep up with his ass. And it's all built up now. It's all neighborhoods and shit. But back then it was just open land. But there were places where it went up and down, like there were like drainage canals through there or whatever. And they were usually dry, except mainly during the rainy season, but they were all dry at this point. But there were still places where it went up and down. So I'm following him, we're hauling ass, and we come to one of these trenches where you go down and then you come back up. Well, he hit one where there was a sudden, I don't know, like a flat place. And the motorcycle tire hit that and the bike went, I mean, the bike easily did 3 or 4 loops in the air, so to speak, spins in the air. And he went flying, whatever. And I was like, oh my God, and like I said, I'd fallen behind. So I'm like, oh shit, let me slow down for this shit. He laid there for a minute. Then he got up and dusted himself off. And I'm like, oh no, I bent my shift lever on my bike. So anyway, it was funny. I wish, I don't know how many of y'all have seen Harry Potter, but Dumbledore, he's like the wizard that is the headmaster of the school, Hogwarts. Anyway, he'd take his wand to the side of his head and pull out memories from his brain and put it in this thing he called a pensieve. And then he could call them up at any time. Now, and I'm sure all of you can relate to this. But I mean, back in the day when we were growing up, everybody didn't have cell phones. Cell phones weren't even heard of. Only really rich people, they might have a phone in their car. That was it. I thought it was the coolest thing ever when, one of the first people I went to work for, he had a real freaking phone in his car. But he had to dial it. He had to go through some kind of operator kind of thing. It was really, talk about old school. It was really old school. But there were no cell phones back then. Now, today, all the crazy video you see out on the internet. I mean, why there is such a proliferation of it now is because everybody carries around a little video camera on their side in their cell phone. It's really just a little mini production studio all in itself. Yeah, I know. Dumbledore, look, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. Huge Harry Potter fan, huge Lord of the Rings fan. I love the fantasy stuff. I like the science fiction stuff too. You know, like Star Wars and Star Trek. I love all that shit. Hey, Mark, I got news for you. I'm a witch too, or a warlock. I have mystical powers. Yeah, that's all we had back then were landline phones. I still remember it, Miss Susan. I remember my phone number when I was a kid. I still remember that. I don't remember any other phone numbers, but I remember my old home phone number. And if I had to call somebody and didn't have my phone with all the contacts in it, I wouldn't know anybody's phone number these days. Everybody, I mean, back in the day, you had to remember phone numbers, or else you had them written down in an address book, but most people didn't. So, I don't know. I remember at where I grew up, we had a wall phone hung on the phone. I remember us getting a really long ass cord for the handset, so that once you made a call, it was in the kitchen right at it was in the doorway between the kitchen and the dining room. So you got this long ass cord for the handset so that mom could walk around, talk on the phone while making dinner or whatever. Oh, you had your little black book, did you, Mark? Like, wasn't there even a movie by that name, Little Black Book? I think so. Yeah. And yeah, address book, and there were also phone books. What was that movie? It was with Steve Martin. It's hilarious. Hilarious scene. I think. I think the name of the movie was The Jerk. And the phone book came out, the new phone book. Remember phone book? And he goes, look, I got my name in the book. He was so happy. That's funny, Mark. That's pretty funny. Yeah, well, I mean, where did you grow up? Did you grow up in Canada? Hey, Bob, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. We're talking about old times, but you probably remember them too. Hell, for all I know where Bob Casey's at, he might still have to climb a telephone pole to make a phone call. I'm just kidding, Bob. I know you're out in the country though. Um, remember Green Acres? I used to love that show. Who was your favorite character on Green Acres? I have to say it was Arnold the Pig. If I was going to have to pick any of the characters in Green Acres, it had to be Arnold the Pig. Arnold the Pig was pretty cool. I'm trying to think of the Gov guy. Hey, Chaos, how are you? You know, that's pretty bad. That makes me feel really old, Mark. That it wasn't. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it was reruns I was watching too. I don't know when Green Acres. It was in color though. It couldn't have been that old. Hey, Jay Berg, how are you, brother? It couldn't have been that old. The that would be Mr. Haney. Mr. Haney, I think that's who you're talking about, Bob. Mr. Haney was with the farm department. He had all kinds of departments he was mixed up in. Yeah, I know. I keep forget. I'm sorry, Rigger. I don't mean to make you older than you are. I mean, I was born in '59, so that's almost. Let's see. If you were '79, that's holy crap. That's 40 years. No, that can't be right. 20 years. Yeah. All right. So what we can oh wow, chaos. That's awesome, dude. Congratulations. That is awesome news. Um Hell, it's fun to try, isn't it? Chaos. Finally, all your hard work has come to fruition. That's sweet. That's awesome. Um, so I'll be looking forward to new. I'll be looking forward to updates on that. Really. So how far along? When's the due date? When can we have a birthday party for the chaos kid to be? Yeah, there you. Yeah, well, I don't know. You don't want to be bumping heads, do you? Oh, that's horrible. I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, that's cool. Hey, Michael, how are you? The no, that's great news, chaos. Um, especially since you've been trying for 11 years. Wow, that's a long time. But hey, man, now you're ready for it. Do you think you were honestly ready for it 11 years ago? I don't know. January 16th. Man, that seems like forever away, but I hope it all goes well. Um, so, are you going to do some kind of gender reveal? I really liked who saw the gender reveal that Chris Hope did. It was pretty cool. Um, he blew something up, and then it was blue stuff went everywhere, signifying it was a boy, obviously. No, hey, Mark, I, Rigger, I'm sure there's a lot of truth for that, to that. No, Chris Hope isn't pregnant, Jaybird. Although he looks like he could be. That's pretty funny. That's making me chuckle. It was a great reveal. He shot something that had tannerite in it. He shot it with a rifle. And then when it exploded, it was blue, right, Bob? That was very cool. I enjoyed that video very much. Made me want to go out and get some tannerite myself. You might think about that, Chaos. You didn't miss much. I'm just running my mouth, Michael. Just running my mouth. Oh, guess who I talked to today? I didn't talk to. I messaged them. Butch Roadkill. Let's see, like Michael. Michael McReynolds. That's Michael's Drones and RC Hobby. I've known him for a long time. Well, there's another person. As far as the droning world goes. And then there's another one. His name is Butch Roadkill. I've known him forever. We met each other through Canadian Drone Hub. Shout out to Roger and Kim over there. But that's how I met. Eventually, through Canadian Drone Hub is how I met everybody that's here. Maybe not directly, but as an offshoot thereof. I just started my channel. My channel wasn't but a couple months old. And then I found Canadian Drone Hub, and it was just called Roger Martin back then. And that's how I met. It just branched off from there, But I always try and give kudos to Roger because that's why I have over 1,000 subs. And, I'm sure Michael in a way got his start there too. So, yeah, you should. Oh, he's done. Yeah, please check it out. It's pretty cool. Thanks for saying that, Chaos. I guess there's a little worry of I don't feel healthier, but my fingers are still numb, my mouth still feels weird and all that. But hey, man, I need a shave. Too lazy to do that, but I am better than I was a few months ago. It's not that I'm doing anything different, it's just that I have less uncertainty. Less uncertainty in my life. Oh, and really, that was MD95 was the first one you met, Michael? So where did you meet him at? I'm pretty sure I met Chris through Canadian Drone Hub too. Again, it wasn't called that back then. They were partners, and then there was a falling out, but that happens all the time. Who's pregnant now is Mr. Chaos FPV. His wife is now pregnant. It was some relative of Chris Hope's that was. No, I think it was just a friend. I don't think it was family. But it's a pretty cool. They're obviously close friends, so. His wife or him? No, I'm pretty sure it's his wife, Bob. I don't think he's one of those wokesters that think men can get pregnant. Are these people crazy these days? It's like, this drives me crazy. You talk about the LGBTQ plus people. I get lesbian, I get gay, I get the T for transgender. Well, I guess I kind of get that, but I don't get the rest of those letters. They don't they don't make any sense to me. It's like everybody wants their own little label. Why? Don't you feel special just being you? Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's just throw the whole alphabet in there, Mark. Throw in some of those funny characters too. You forgot a tilde. You forgot the tilde, Rigger. Whatever that means. I just I just discovered the the one I heard the term I heard used before, uh, pansexual, and I remember somebody making fun of us goes, "Oh yeah, because they love their pots and pans." Uh, but then I saw it described on a TikTok video. I don't do TikTok, by the way, but there's this one channel I watch. I love it. Um, so I'm giving a shout out to Zeducation. He had one come out today, and it literally made me laugh. Um, Zeducation, as in, let me just type it out if I can. So I mean, look that he does these videos. You laugh, you lose. So um, it's a he does great videos. You laugh, you lose videos. It's uh, it's pretty funny. So I encourage you to watch it. But the one the one TikTok video I saw is this chick comes on. She explains she's a pansexual, but she professes herself as a pansexual, and she goes that. Then she explained it, and she said that's because I'm attracted to all people. Like, okay. I'm attracted to all people too, as far as saying hello, how you doing, hang out with you, or whatever. Does that mean you want to have sex with them? I don't know, but isn't that the same thing as bisexual? I don't know. Unless maybe the pan includes animals and stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, come on. Let's. It's like everybody trying to get their own special identity. They look smart because they wear kilts. Actually, Allie, I have worn a kilt before. I had a third grade, and then she later became my fifth grade teacher. I had her again in fifth grade, but she was Scottish. I'm trying to think of her name, Mrs. Stokes. Stokes, Stokes. I'm sure she's dead by now. Of course, she's dead by now. He wasn't any spring chicken when I had her for. Anyway, I learned the Highland Fling. I learned the Highland Fling from Mrs. Stokes, and actually did the dance on the stage wearing a kilt. Yes. And actually, I think she's the same woman that had me play the ass of a donkey doing the play 15 Miles on the Erie Canal. Somebody sang the song, and I was the ass of a donkey. My next door neighbor's mother made the donkey suit. Her son got to be the head of the donkey. I got to be the ass of the donkey, or mule, I guess. Anyway, I was an ass. I was the. Not only was I an ass, I was the ass of the ass. A skin do and spore? Now I don't know. No, there is no video of that, Bob. No. Actually, the video of me being the ass of the ass probably would probably be less degrading, because at least you couldn't see who the hell I was, versus the Speedo challenge I did. Yeah, exactly, Jaybird. The Speedo, yeah. The Speedo challenge is pretty bad. And I know that's something that many people can't unsee. I get that. I've seen things I wish I could unsee. I wish I could unsee that, but there you go. I remember that, Jaybird. Yes, you did. You sent me batteries. You had to be coerced into it. You made your promise, and then somebody had to make you hang up on it, but you did. You gave me batteries. uh, you got the letters right. They're just in the wrong order, Bob. So, I think it's PTSD, Bob. You getting what's that word when you mix letters up? Yeah, there you go, Jaybird. Jaybird got it. Post traumatic stress disorder. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Those were the days, my friend. We thought they'd never end. I need to do another Wi-Fi soon. I really do. You must. I need to order some props. But everybody's getting so fancy with their HD Wi-Fi's, Kind of a tough spot too for that. Anyway, I got a good crack out of that. Thanks, fellas. Trying to think whatever crazy days. We had some good Wi-Fi with Rigger. Rigger's been there in a few Wi-Fi's. So is Bob. Yeah, my dad went to Korea, and but I don't think I think things had cooled back down by then. And, I can't imagine, I kind of like explosions and shit, unless they're next to me, you know. I I I don't know. I like the idea of setting off explosives. They're fun. Who doesn't like fireworks? But when they're being shot at you and the explosions are happening close to you and those explosions are aimed at you, that would be tough. That would be weird. That would be traumatic. My older cousin, he is still with us. He went to Vietnam, and if there was a loud, when he got back, if there was a loud noise, he'd jump. Yeah, I can, I mean, it makes perfect sense. I've fallen off a ladder before, Rigger, and felt like dazed and confused or whatever, been hit in the head, whatever, and it's a concussion thing. Oh, no way, really, did he? Saber? Well, yeah, no, I mean, I've shot some big guns before, shot some cannons, and you can feel the pressure wave off of those. And never made me dizzy or anything, but I could see where it could. Um, getting hit by a 2x4, that'd be rough. I haven't been hit by a 2x4. I hope I never am. I'll be dead. But the Falklands is so forever ago, man. How old are you, Allie? I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to ask that. Now, I'd like to shoot an RPG. Were they shot at you, Ritter, or you just shot them? Um, the RPGs, they look cool. I'd like to shoot one. I say that never having shot one, but you see it in the movies, and it looks really cool. It's like it's wow, that's pretty crazy. So that was part of your training, Rigger, it was to have these things shot at you. So how much safety was there involved in that? Or were you in an actual war? You couldn't have been in an actual war. You're too young for that. Just outside of Sarajevo. You were over in Sarajevo? No way. Were you? Why aren't you in here telling us the story? I want to hear the story. Wow, were you? I've seen movies about that. I don't know how truthful they are, but that's pretty crazy. I mean, I knew you said you were in the military, but I didn't realize you were deployed. Wow, that's crazy. Well, I know you're telling me now, but you're doing it in text. You should be on the screen. I'd love to have an interview, and you can tell us about your experience. He was president back then. Well, you had a different president. You don't have a president. You have damn dictator named Trudeau right now. You poor bastard. Got your ass locked down, tight as shit. Damn. I've just seen a few movies about, Bosnia and all that. What's the movie with that blonde haired kid in it? Shit, I can't think of it now. But he's shot down over Bosnia or something when there's supposedly some kind of ceasefire or whatever. It's going to drive me crazy now till I think of the movie. It's a blonde haired dude. I've seen him in a couple movies. He's okay. He's not that great an actor, but So, Bob, was your cousin in Bosnia too? Probably not. He's Canadian. 95. You're a small village. Well, you probably couldn't pronounce the name of the village anyway. think. I don't know. You think, Bob? Wow. PPCLI and RCRs. Yeah, I mean, Allie, in the armed forces of any kind, it's a big sacrifice on the family. They always try and say, um, to military people or people that have served in the military, and I'll say that to Rigor Morris now, even though he was Canadian. It was for a force of good. So I thank you for your service. And the same thing goes for Allie's experience. But the thing is not only does the person in the service that goes away to fight, not only do they serve, but their family served as well, because they're worrying about their loved one the whole time and whatever. They go through a lot too. So for anybody who has served to defend the cause of freedom, whether they be from Canada, from Scotland, America, from wherever, if it's for a good fight, although whether or not it's a good fight or not can be debated at times, but hopefully in the name of good, thank you all for your service. That's awesome. I never had to do that. And that's awesome, Allie, and you should be proud. You should be proud, and you should wave that Scottish flag or English flag or whatever whenever you can to salute them. But it's tough. I mean, it's, the going away to sea or just off the war, overseas, whether it be on the sea in the Navy or whatever. My grandfather was in the Coast Guard. And yeah, the Coast Guard. Coast Guard can be pretty hectic too. So, but my cousin that went to Vietnam, he was in the blood and guts of it. That's for sure. And anybody that goes through that, went through that, or any war for that matter. Most of the WW2 guys are gone. Any of those that are still around are pretty damn old. Yeah, well, I hear you there, Jaybird. But I don't know. I worry about if war comes now, it's going to be a lot uglier. Now, I don't see war coming in the United States unless it's nuclear, and then we can just all. I know I can. I don't. I won't even have time to bend over and kiss my ass goodbye because I'm in a real hot zone. I'm sure where I'm at will be targeted because we have a naval base 10 miles away, whatever. But no, I mean, I know a little bit about the Falklands thing, Allie, and I'm not disputing how anything was happened. Trying to think, God, that was so long ago. I think what I remember at some point was some not harpoon missiles. I'm trying to think. It was some like torpedo thing they sunk a couple ships with or something. Anyway, God, that was forever ago. That had to be in like the 80s, wasn't it? When was the Falkland War? Somebody Google that, please. What's up, Jay? Hey, Jay. Nah, it wasn't a tomahawk. It was a kind of it was an anti-ship thing, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah, I know they're 1982. Damn. You do realize that was 40 years ago. 1982. That's 40. Let's see. Let me do the math. 90. Let's do the math with fingers. 92, 2002, 2012, 2022. Yep, that would be 40 years. Neptune does not ring a bell. I know it would go a long ways. It wasn't called a Tomahawk, though. Tomahawk is a cruise missile. Um, I don't think it was a Neptune. That doesn't ring a bell. I don't know. See, okay, Allie, here's the problem with all that. So it was classified. This is a problem. It really is a problem. And there's actually been movies done about this kind of crap that I mean, one reference to this sort of thing, Allie, is like in the movie Top Gun. The character Tom Cruise, who's the Top Gun, I guess, got a new movie coming out, by the way. His dad was in a top secret mission, classified mission, if you will. But supposedly he was real heroic and did some great flying, whatever. But because he was on a classified mission and whatever, they kind of had to. Exocet could be it, Jay Bird. That name sounds very familiar, but it could have been an Exocet. I'm not sure. I just know it was kind of like in between a missile and a torpedo, but it could go a long freaking ways. But anyway, in the movie Top Gun, it was like because this historic heroic shit happened over the wrong line on a map, and it was probably Vietnam era stuff, whatever. Maybe it was over Cambodia, and we weren't supposed to be in Cambodia or whatever, something like that. The record was done to hide it, and who knows how much of that shit has gone on over the years. I mean, we're talking deep state. Look at the shit with Ukraine. You know, you're talking about Ukraine, oh, protect this democracy. Well, Ukraine corrupt the shit too, just like Russia is. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't help them out, but I don't know. The money that they've sent to Ukraine, we could use it better. People can't find baby formula here in the United States. So I don't know. Ukraine's corrupt. They're all corrupt. We're corrupt. Not we as people, but the government. Come on. It's a bunch of crap. They are supposed to be working for us. We're not supposed to be working for their ass. That's all I got to say. So I'm not getting political tonight. I'm just talking about old shit. We're all talking about old shit. It's much better to talk about old shit. You know, as bad as things are now, we can look back at well, not all of you can. But I mean, I remember gas lines during Jimmy Carter. Who remembers Jimmy Carter and his brother? What was his brother's name? Billy? Boy, what a bunch of peanut farmers. Weren't they special? Well, our current president has managed to make him look better. May old Jimmy Carter look better. There you go, Rigger. Look, dude. Hey, Rigger, if World War III happens, we'll be fighting it in our own backyard, dude. That's where you need to hunker down. No roaming anywhere. You just need to defend your spot. And you should be pretty good there in, let's say you're in British Columbia. You should be okay there. Me, I'll be gone like a flash in the pan. They start firing nuclear warheads around, I'll be targeted quick because I got a naval base pretty close to me. So I'll just see this really bright light, and then I'll be swept away. And there you go, Jay Berg. Have your AR ready, brother. Make sure you got some ammo. That's the one thing. Remember the movie? You remember the movie? They've actually made a remake of it, but I saw the original one with Patrick Swayze and stuff. Red Dawn. All I know is here in the South, and probably across a lot of the United States, you're not coming in here. You're not. You can't pull a Russia. Well, I mean, even in Ukraine, Russia thought they were just going to walk in there and in 3 days they have Kiev, or however you pronounce it. No, it didn't happen like that. As soon as they came in, the Ukrainians, they start handing out rifles and shit. And it's guerrilla warfare at that point. Yeah, there you go. I like Rittenhouse. I mean, there comes a time when you got to step up and you got to protect shit. Protect shit from the mob, Hey, Carlos, how are you? Oh, he's been getting crazy, man. That freaking guy is unhinged. I'm telling you, he's I mean, I remember us talking about wanting to go to Canada. My brother actually bought some land in Canada, or so we thought, but we had to go see it. And like, from what I've seen over the last year, I'm like, screw that. I don't want to go to Canada. It used to be, the same thing goes with Australia. They were locking down people left and right, too. I know, I saw that. It's like, next thing you know, they'll be doing the Soylent Green stuff. And making baby formula out of it. Oh yeah, don't be a drain on society. We'll just help you end your life, and then we can liquefy your body and make baby formula out of it. Yeah, I mean, look, hey, Mark, just look at how just look at how Afghanistan screwed up Russia. And Allie, it's dearest prick, just so you know, not back, dearest prick. I couldn't help myself. You see, when you're fighting for your homeland, it's just different. It's just different. It's, like Rigger going over to Bosnia and stuff. You're a foreign soldier on foreign land. You know, so you do your best or whatever. You're you're fighting a war. You're trying to help somebody else out. But the whole scenario changes when you're in your country and you're fighting for your freedom on your land. That just pushes it up a notch. It really does. There's no way it couldn't. So I salute the Ukrainian people. As dysfunctional as their government is, it's got to be better than Russia's, I would think. But keep calling them a democracy, but at the same time, the opposition party was banned. So I don't know how democratic that is. Zelensky used to be a clown, for quad's sake. But my heart and soul goes out to the Ukrainian people for sure. Yeah, he does some pretty good drone videos. Kiwi! Bloody Yorker, how are you, brother? It's kind of late for you, isn't it, Kiwi? All right, Rigger. I need to load one too. Lunch break? What time is it there, Craig? You bloody Yorker. Lunch break. Safety break? What's a softy break? Yeah, well, I'm about ready. I'm about due for a beer myself. Oh wait, I do have some nacho chips and salsa earlier. Otherwise, all I've had are hydraulic sandwiches, and I'm about ready for another one. Yeah, well, the weed break is good. So when's the last time you flew, Carlos? Yeah, I know he's ahead of us, Allie, but I can never get how far ahead of us he is because he's in New Zealand. So I'm sure it's probably already tomorrow there. Let's see, it's 9:30 here, Eastern time. Well, hell, it's late for you, Allie. It's let's see, probably 5 hours, at least 4 for you. So it's already tomorrow for you as well. You flew one ass today with Paul. 14 hours ahead. Okay. 14 hours. Let's see. I don't even, my brain can't comprehend the math right now, but I get 14 hours. I mean, I know 14 hours. Obviously, it's tomorrow. He said lunchtime. So, okay. Now for Allie, what time is it where you're at? Come on, come on. I'm guessing 1:30. Yeah, Scorch is Carlos. He I like his name. It used to be Back from the Sky. Now it's Scorched Earth because he does like the scorched earth because he throws out the flamethrower comments at times. So you gotta love Carlos. He just tells it like it is. I mean, I try and tell it like it is. I say screw the hell with political correctness. All right. Yeah, you'll piss some people off. It's just I don't know, but if you're honest, if you just speak what you feel, you'll never get caught in a lie. That's the fact, Jack. Because you can smooth it over all you want, but if you just call it like you see it, say what you feel, um, you might regret it later on. I don't know. But if that's what you felt at that time, hey man, I hate this political correctness bullshit. I think it's a crock of shit. Actually, I think you should be able to say COVID was a hoax. Yeah, people died from it, but yeah, people died from the flu and all kinds of other shit. People died from car crashes too. I'm still alive. Haven't had a vax. Not going to have a vax. Never had a flu shot. Does that make me evil? Oh well. Come at me with your pitchforks and torches. But like it came after Frankenstein. I understand people had to have it. I know there's a few unvaxxed out there. Called what was the saying they used to say? The great unwashed. Well, now I am one of the great unvaxxed. Just because I believe in my God given immunity, you know. God gave me an immune system and I think it still works. Otherwise I'd be bloody dead. Every time I see Mad Kiwi, I I I, I I love. I'll try and do it. I suck at it, but I try and do like the British or Australian accent at times. Like I'll say like to Mad Kiwi Craig, I'll say good day, mate. I don't have any of that blood in. Well, I do actually. My part of my family tree goes back to England, so I can say bloody hell or whatever. But my sister-in-law, she's English. I love her accent, and then just people I've seen on YouTube like uh, Mad Kiwi and Matt. Northeast Drone Productions. I call him Bloody Matt every time. His name's Matt. And so I'll, in chat, I always have to say Bloody Matt, you know. I love that term. I love saying bloody this, bloody that. Now, Allie, she talks about being Scottish, but she's also English, I guess. It's all on the same island. You know what? I know they do, Craig, and what's funny is I'm trying to think of his name. He's in England. I can't remember what part of England. I can't even remember his channel name. Somebody needs to help me out with this. I met him on Canadian Drone Hub too. Heath. Heath is his real name, but that wasn't his channel name. But Heath is his real name. And I've been on live with him before. And I can't understand. He says he speaks the proper English. And so I can't understand a damn word he says. And it's not Cockney. It's not like that. No, it's like he has a sausage stuck in his mouth and he's trying to talk. In other words, worse than me. More English. Oh, you're joining Gibraltar? Oh, yeah, it's an English colony, though. That's not English. It's an English colony. You know how many English colonies are there? You know, I remember Gibraltar, though. That's kind of an interesting place to be born. Dual nationality. So Gibraltar's not in Spain, though, is it? No. Where is Gibraltar? I remember hearing about the Rock of Gibraltar. That's like, isn't that where the guns of Navarone were? Who remembers that movie, The Guns of Navarone? That's like at the entrance to the Mediterranean Sea, isn't it? I can't see it. Well, I guess that's one way to put it, Craig. The arse. It's the arse of the Mediterranean. You could say it's the mouth of the. You could have said it's the mouth of the Mediterranean. You didn't have to go to the other end of the body, Craig. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. It does kind of look like that on a map, doesn't it? So anyway, what else should we talk about other than arses and actually arses can be fun to talk about. Oh, really? How big is Gibraltar? A rock spider. I have no idea what that comment means. I completely lost my train of thought. So, well, that's cool, Carlos. Have you tried to print anything yet? That should be interesting. Why don't you come on, give us, you got it set up yet? Why don't you come on and show it to us? So I guess he didn't have enough projects going on to where he needed all 3 printers going at the same time, something like that. I mean, it looked pretty cool. 3D printing looked pretty cool. I mean, I've seen a lot of people showing exciting videos of shit printing out. It's not a it doesn't make for an exciting stream. But it's cool to be able to switch over to that camera. Just, hey.
Sorry.
Oh, hey. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Whopper. Straw.
Thank you for making the reach. Appreciate it. All right, well, I just got delivered food. Thanks to Miss Rhonda. Greg! That's horrible. Funny as shit, but that's horrible. All right, so while I eat, I'm gonna do this. Thank you. You are a mess. You really are. Well, I've been delivered food. So you printed money, Jaybird? What, can you hear me chewing? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I didn't know I was chomping like a horse. Okay. I'm just going in the stream because I'm hungry. No, that, Carla, that's the sound of my props chewing the air. Can't you hear the props chewing the air? That's what it sounds like. If you put a microphone on the drone, your drone, and that's exactly what it sounds like. Okay? Look, there's that prick there. Bam, into the weeds. I'm sorry to make you hungry, Craig. So, I appreciate y'all being here. I'm going to bid you adieu and not subject you to my chewing anymore. But I am really hungry and I haven't eaten anything all day. So, later, everybody, and thanks again for being here. After a while, crocodiles. And that's cool, Carlos. I'm glad he's doing okay. I should have said something to him because I know he just had a birthday. Good night, Miss Susan. See you, Jay Bird. You prick. Mad Kiwi, Craig, always a pleasure. Rigor Mortis. I know Michael Drone was here earlier, and I'll be Drone and others. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Good night, and have a pleasant tomorrow. And yes, and